What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre. It is our live show. It's Thursday. So if you get in here and are joining us live, thank you very much for joining us. And if you aren't joining us live, why not? Hey, hit the red subscribe button on YouTube. If you're listening to us on replay, wherever you get your favorite podcast from, please follow us along on there. It'll be great for you, great for us. Manny is my other host. I am Kyle, your other host, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing today. What's up, bud?
Wait, who's your other host?
No, you're the other host. I'm the other.
I feel like I'm being cheated on now.
I screwed up today. I
always screwing up, Kyle.
Damn
it, Kyle.
What's up, man? How you doing? It's Thursday. It's live. It's early in the morning out there on the left coast. What's up, bud?
Nothing much, man. It's actually felt like a really long week. It's really, really strange, but we're getting through it. Reviews are pouring in for Suicide Squad, and so far it's all good.
Everyone seems pretty excited about it. I mean, it hits in the UK tonight. I think their midnight previews. Cam said, and this was before the pandemic hit, that his theaters in Scotland still do like midnight releases, not like the US where our midnight previews are now 6 p.m. on Thursdays.
Yeah, that's for safety reasons, and I'm glad that they did that. But reason I'm pointing it out is 68 reviews are in already on Rotten Tomatoes, and 99% still.
Bring it up. Yeah, that is great news. So I guess that means the embargo's done, right? Pretty much. Let's see. Share screen, share audio, just in case. 1 second. I got a little bit of PII up. Bookmark's gone. All right, here we go. Boom, baby. Well, I hit share. Why is it share? I even gave the boom baby, and now my whole thing's not responding. Uh-oh. Come on. Please tell me we did not go down. My whole thing is crashing now. Literally everything's crashing. What the heck?
Wow.
But you can still hear me. That's the weird part.
I can still see you too.
I know. I don't know.
Moment of silence for all of Kyle's defeated tech. Oh, now he's frozen. Now I'm the only one here.
Oh, I'm back. There's
2 of you on my screen now. Yeah.
I got it. I'm trying. I don't know what happened, ladies and gentlemen. My whole browser crashed as I was trying to share screen, and now they've got like 3 of me here or something. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, Suicide Squad, huge scores, being loved across the board. It's great news for James Gunn, great news for DC. Manny, you've already seen the movie. Tell us a little bit about what you thought about it. No spoilers, of course.
No, all the spoilers. So a lot of people die.
Well, he already said that.
Half the cast dies.
He said that. Well, he said people would die.
No, I was making fun of when
when
was talking about Endgame. Yeah,
not everybody. Oh man, am I in
trouble? So like James Gunn's vision, man, is one of a kind as far as just the type of film he wanted to make. He's so creative in the way he uses all the characters, because if you've taken a look at the posters and at all the ads, you see the amount of talent that he brought in. People that actually just wanted to be in it. They follow James Gunn wherever they go. Yeah. So in a 2-hour movie, you're gonna, somebody's gonna have to take a lesser role, and what I really liked about it, it's really a crapshoot on who does what, when, where, why, and but it's creatively put together to where it's still a cohesive story, and anyone who needs proper screen time gets proper screen time. It moves at a fast pace. There are some scenes that are gory as hell. There are um, great action sequences, and there's never necessarily a dull, boring moment. It's just go 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 the way a Suicide Squad film should be.
Nice.
Um, very very well done. I said it before and I'll say it again. This in a standalone film
Mm-hmm.
is probably one of the top 3 best comic book adaptations ever made. It I can't praise it enough, just because it's a very difficult type of film to make because of the amount of characters, and you're dealing with with an alien life form that is
Yeah.
very very powerful. Actually, you know, it's
Mind
one of those.
control and big and spores and yeah, very Starro's fucking. That's a fearsome thing to have to face.
Yeah, but it's done well, and one thing that James Gunn does really really well is character development,
Mm-hmm.
and some characters really outshine others, and you'd be surprised on who it is, and it makes you care for them very very much. And I'm not going to tell you who, I'm not even going to tell you what, and I'm going to tell you why, because it kind of spoils it a little bit. And I really want people just to really enjoy the film the way I did. If you have the opportunity to watch this on IMAX, that's the way to watch it. Get out and see this on the biggest screen possible, because those action sequences, they're turning bigger moments on the big screen. And then there's something to say also about the chemistry between Idris Elba and John Cena, who are really
Mm-hmm.
going at it throughout the film, and it just makes it a lot of fun because it combines it with some of the action, with the banter, and everything in between. And there's just a respectable enough amount of Harley Quinn too. She shines in it as well, but she's just part of the Suicide Squad too. So it's not like we're getting Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad. We're
Right.
getting the Suicide Squad.
It's not Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey.
Right.
It's the Suicide Squad. That's good to know,
Right.
man.
Mhm.
I'm looking through this, and 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, B plus, 5 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, B plus. Like that's seriously consistent. I mean, you get down to iNews UK, Guardians of the Galaxy style goofiness mixed in with lingering shots of maimed lasagna like innards feels queasy and all wrong. It's like someone exposing themselves at a okay, so that guy doesn't get action movies or thinks that comics are only for kids, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Though there appears to be a ceiling to Gunn's familiar template, this is still a very enjoyable entry that ranks amongst the better examples of the DC universe, miles ahead of them, from efilmcritic.com, Eric Childress. That's kind of like a middle of the road type review right there, where the guy might not necessarily be the biggest comic book movie fan, but that sounds like he got some enjoyment out of it, which is good. That's a positive sign that this film, despite this person's aversion to gore, it sounds like it's got some wide appeal, man. What I mean, is that how you feel about it? Do you think the audience is limited by anything other than the rated R, which is up to parents then on how they handle that?
You got to be honest. It's not necessarily a movie that I'd be taking my daughter to.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
because it's not even it's not even that there's a lot of language in it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of like I said, a lot of blood and guts and stuff like that right off the get-go. So
So is it aimed at, like, do you think it's aimed at an action film fan, a comic book movie fan? Is it or does it have big broad appeal? Like I said,
It does. It
age
does.
dependent.
It does, because if you're a fan of what you've seen before from Harley Quinn, you're gonna like this film. If you're just a DC fan, you're really gonna love this film, because so many times DC fans have been disappointed with a lot of the films. This one's very, very cohesive and a very well told story. Like I said, very fast paced. Just like the way you would even think a Suicide Squad comic book would read, and just the nuttiness of the entire thing. And also, if you're a comic book fan, you kind of appreciate kind of the emergence of some characters that haven't been featured very prominently, and just the fact that Gunn's able to take some of them and make them shine like most other directors probably wouldn't be able to, because they're quote unquote not mainstay names. He's just had such a great done a great job doing that. And then if you're just like action films, you're really gonna like this too. Comedy, it has a little bit of everything.
Nice. That's insane. Look, we all know that DC has traditionally had a very well upfront critics review. Not always, but often. And then it kind of goes back and forth once more critic reviews start heading in. But dude, only one negative review, several, and he's amongst the Rotten Tomatoes top critics. Everyone seems to be pretty much giving this B pluses, 4 out of 5s. There are a few more mediocre ones, but even they are like, I guess maybe like the one guy compared it to Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm not gonna lie, I have that a little bit of that worry that, hey, this might be just Guardians of the Galaxy rated R, but I'm okay with that. I can still separate it out. But you and I've discussed also, like, it's really hard to like, it's easy to rate a movie against similar movies. Like, if you go, let's talk comic book movies and rate our top 10, right? People could do that fairly easily because it's all similar. But when you're a critic and you're trying to judge, again, the technicality sides of film and editing and sound mixing, when you're looking at how the actors do, all of that combined, it gets kind of hard to judge these movies. So when I see a big film critic using like a C plus, B minus type score, 3.5 or whatnot out of 5, and they still say that they enjoyed it, to me, that's a bigger positive sign than a big geek saying, "Oh, I loved it." You know what I'm saying? Because it just shows that it's got broader appeal. And go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, anyone who uses that, it's the term, like it's like Guardians of the Galaxy, went in there already with the pre existing notion of what they were going to see. Really, the film is very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy in the fact that there's an ensemble cast, and that's really where
and their antics involved, and but that's a lot of things.
No, it's nothing like Guardians of the Galaxy. These are villains. These are not heroes in any type of way. And then also, I really think that because of the fact that there is no rating as far as like shackles from like a PG-13 or a Disney, that it allowed Gunn to really develop the characters a little bit further, a little bit deeper. And so I don't like that when it's like, well, and you start comparing it to Guardians, because it's not Guardians. It's nothing like Guardians. The Suicide Squad will probably do bad things to the Guardians given the chance, because of just how deadly they are, and just the kind of humor that you get. It's very, very different. So to say like oh, it's like adult rated R Guardians of the Galaxy is all wrong. And that's not the kind of film you're gonna get. You're gonna this film's really more about having a complete good time and getting to know some of these characters, because we're going to be seeing them again. Peacemaker already has
show coming out.
Show coming up, and that's already obviously done because John Cena is currently back on WWE. I mean, just It's done well. I was very surprised because even my girlfriend, who's not into comic book movies, left the theater very, very satisfied and excited to get to see it again when it comes out in theaters.
That's
Because
awesome.
it's it's just a really good time in theaters, and
Yeah.
sometimes you don't get that. Sometimes these movies take themselves way too seriously, and so it, it's nice if you look at some of the Twitter reactions
Hmm.
from just regular people who have screened the film. It's gonna be a very, very difficult thing to find a negative review because everybody's having fun, and it's a it's a great time. So um,
Yeah.
I, I'm
I'm stoked. Really
I'm
am.
excited. I'm excited for everyone to get to see that because I'll be real. DC has screwed up quite a bit,
Hmm.
and a lot of times you don't leave the theater having had that fun. Justice League, I didn't leave the theater with the good feeling. Um,
Right.
Joker, I left with a different feeling. Not that I didn't have fun. That's a phenomenal film, but it wasn't it wasn't fun, right? Um, Wonder Woman 84 was a dud,
Oh
also.
God.
Um, and so for me, Birds of Prey, I enjoyed it because I like Ian McGregor, and I thought he was a fun Black Mask.
Hmm.
But some of those movies really took themselves way too seriously. I think that one of the last times I really left the theater having had fun was actually Shazam. Shazam was a lot of fun,
Yeah,
especially
I
if you
really
went
liked
with
it.
a kid. So because
Hmm.
it knew its audience and knew what it was supposed to be. And so Suicide Squad is kind of back to fun, but in a very much more adult way.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for it, man. Sticking with James Gunn and but switching over to the Marvel side. And hey, everyone, let us know what you guys think about the Suicide Squad when you see it. Let us also know how you see it in the comments below, or after the movie hits the U.S. Next week. That following Monday, we'll be talking about it more in depth. Let us know, and let us know how you saw it, so we can kind of just judge, how theaters are doing, and how all of you guys are consuming your entertainment. Um, Sticking with James Gunn, he kind of announced, talking a little bit about his upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special came up, and it's in canon. It's about the Guardians. You're going to learn stuff that you need to learn before Volume 3, and it's great. I'm really happy with it. I'm happy he said that 100%, because I honestly was a bit worried about this, that it wouldn't matter. And in my mind, because James said earlier last week, or maybe it was this week, that he wasn't asked to put anything in Guardians 3, and that only in one he was asked to uh make sure he set up Thanos, the Thanos scene, right? Other than that, he said Marvel gives him decent leeway with the story, at least. We don't know all the stuff behind the scenes, but dude, this means we get more time to set up stuff in that cosmic realm without having to worry about anything else. It's I don't know how long it's going to be. My guess is probably 40 minutes. I don't know. I'm excited about it. What do you think about him saying that it's required viewing for Guardians 3?
Well, I mean, for me, it's required viewing regardless.
Well, yeah.
so, uh, so it's nice for him to say that, and I mean, he's the director of the film of the short or whatever it is. So I would assume that he would say it's required. Um, it'll be nice to get a couple of tidbits and make it matter going into Guardians 3. So just a little bit of payoff for watching something extra. But I also already see this as a treat, and
Mhm.
so I'm excited for it. Guardians of the Galaxy has done very well. I honestly wasn't too keen on the second film. I just thought it went too
I like
big.
Ego.
Nah, that was the worst part of the film for me.
Nah, I
Yeah,
liked Ego.
it was kind of annoying. But Guardians 1 and the rest of it all, I enjoyed very, very much. Very, very sad that Michael Rooker will not be participating going forward because he was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Yondu was great. but of course he froze. So
he froze. His blood boiled. He decompressed. He had a lot of issues. Yeah, I will wonder if he'll make a cameo though in voice or mocap or even in costume. It just I have a feeling he'll be in there somewhere. What do you think? I do.
Maybe in a flashback, maybe it'll be a voice in his head.
Well, I don't think it'll be maybe. I don't necessarily want that though. Like I don't even want like a video message or a hologram. It's like we got to say our goodbye in 2, but I would love just an Easter egg of Rooker being in there. Like I said, like Nathan Fillion in Guardians 1. Nobody knew that was him until the credits, because the voice modulation and stuff. He's playing that alien that gets roots up his nose, you know. So something like that. I don't see Gunn doing much without Rooker. You know, that's his. You know, I mean, what did Michael Rooker say? He pays Gunn to keep him in his movies. Guardians of Galaxy holiday special is 2022 going into 23 for what is it, May? Yeah, May 23 is when Guardians 3 is set up. It is insane how far away that feels, but yet it feels so close. I don't know how to explain it, but this year has been crawling and flying by at the same time. It's hard to believe August is just a few days away. We got Shang-Chi coming up here soon in September. We've got What If coming up in just a couple of weeks. After that, we're expecting Miss Marvel and Hawkeye this year, and then of course Eternals and Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't have it up because I didn't prep it. I saw it but right before we started this broadcast, but Sony teased in a commercial for a new, I guess, either digital or new Spider-Man box set. And at the end of it, they're like, "Oh, Spidey's biggest adventure ever, no Way Home." I don't know if that's going to be his biggest adventure ever. It might be Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But we got a lot of Marvel stuff coming up, and we talked a little bit about which show we were looking forward to most next year, which you brought up, She-Hulk, and I'm looking forward to Moon Knight the most. With what's left here in this year, What If, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and holy shit, that is a lot of stuff. We still have 6 Marvel projects to go this year. What, besides Spider-Man Far From Home or No Way Home, which I'm sure is most people's most anticipated because of the potential there, what else are you looking forward to most this year, show or movie?
Show, I think I've mentioned to you this before. You've asked me this. Just Shang-Chi, just because of the potential of it being a very good martial arts movie, more than anything else. I'm kind of, my Spider-Man movies are always fine for me. They're not necessarily my favorite. I don't know. I had fun with the last few of them, but they're not necessarily like it's something that I
that's fine.
crave or look forward to. Yeah,
you're just fired from a cannon into the sun. Anyways, carry on. Shang-Chi, yeah, that's great. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and then least obviously is going to be Venom. That's gonna be it counts. It's Marvel, isn't it?
We don't know. No, guys, it's
Marvel, my friend.
Don't say it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go into another Spider-Man Sony Venom rant, but oh god.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking least forward to. What I'm interested in, just kind of like with an eyebrow raise to see what it's going to do, is the Eternals. And I'm kind of almost at a point where prove me wrong why I need to watch this.
I know it doesn't Eternals
It
just
doesn't.
does not.
It doesn't feel important, and it doesn't feel like I should.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've seen him in the trailers say something about we're responsible or we changed everything or something like that. I know several people that have read the we'll say alleged leaks. I'm not going to repeat anything because I don't know them for certain. Um, I do know Brian read it, and I had one question for him about the type of effect it could potentially have on the MCU, and he said it's really not that big of an effect. Like, yeah, there's some revelations, that shit happened, but the idea that Eternals is going to change the game, nah, guys. Loki changed the game, and Doctor Strange is just gonna all over it. It's gonna be good, I hope. I'm nervous about Spider-Man, but I would say the most anticipated for me as well is Shang-Chi. Again, martial arts. I love martial arts films. I've really been disappointed by a lot of the different fight scenes in multiple movies, including and shows, including Marvel. I mean, fuck, dude, look how bad the season 1 fight choreography for Iron Fist was. Like, it's so sloppy, And
You know,
season 2 was better. They got the
and
Black
it's
Panther guy on it, I think.
yeah, and it's strange because Daredevil did such a good job
Mm-hmm.
with their fighting styles, and they have some of the most iconic fight scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yet Iron Fist could, and it's so easy to do. Like, you guys screwed up on like kind of the costume, and then you guys gonna even get the fighting right.
Yeah.
Um,
So I hope that's good. And it kind of leads into something that I caught on Twitter. I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it. Somebody had posted that Snake Eyes actually had good fight scenes, but that a whole bunch of other things hurt the movie, including some of the things that you and I brought up last week. I think it was, which was just the weight of the other GI Joe movies and people just not caring about them anymore. I need to see it. If anyone out there has seen it and is big into action movies, fight scenes, martial arts, MMA, boxing, just tell us: is Snake Eyes worth seeing? Is it good? Were the fights good? Like, I hope so, because at least with something like that, there's still something to enjoy. I mean, it's not like Kickboxer's a great story or an amazingly well acted film, but I'll fucking watch the hell out of Kickboxer,
yeah, I've
It's
heard
blood sport.
nothing. I've heard nothing but bad things
I know.
and the thing is, I haven't had a chance to go watch it. So
Exactly.
I'm
I
not
don't know
actually,
if I want
and then
to.
the thing is that this weekend is so stacked with films too, that I don't know if I'm going to be able to go watch it either, because it's not in my wheelhouse, because this weekend the most excited thing I am to go see is going to be the Green Knight.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really, really good. Stillwater looks amazing.
Yes.
I want to check that out.
You guys
We're
can
gonna
check out
go.
an interview with Matt Damon about Stillwater right here on the LRM YouTube channel.
That's right. And then we're gonna see Jungle Cruise again, obviously.
Nice.
And then somewhere in there, Snake Eyes is gonna fit in. I only have 72 hours in my weekend, kind of.
Right.
Well,
Sort
I
of.
mean, if you kind of, I know it's just less actually, because Friday doesn't count.
And
So
sleep and
56 hours to watch films. So I'm gonna have to pick and choose. I don't know how much time we're gonna be able to spend in the theater.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
top of my list is not Snake Eyes, and based on what I heard, it's like maybe I don't need to necessarily see this.
Yeah,
Uh,
I need someone I trust, or one of our audience members that is verifiably a fan of fighting in film and TV, and tell us whether or not Snake Eyes is worth spending the money on. Because if the fights are good, that could be enough alone. We'll see. Dude, do you like Die Hard?
yeah,
Are
heck yeah, I
you
like Die
okay?
Hard.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Die Hard with the Vengeance. Maybe not the actually even the latest one was fun. And
No. Live Free and Die Hard was great. The last one with the son, that was bad.
Live Free Die. Live Free Die Hard. That's the one with the kid from Jeepers Creepers, right?
I don't know.
Is that the one where he takes the jet down? Which was the one with they take the jet down with the truck?
Both, didn't they? No, they did a helicopter in the last one. It's the one with Justin Long and Kevin Smith. Live Free or Die Hard. The hacker.
Oh, then it is that one.
Yeah, that's the good one. There was one more right after that.
Was there? I don't even remember that one.
A Good Day to Die Hard. That's what it was called. And instead of his daughter, it was his son, and they had to go to Russia. It was
that's horrible. Right. Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't like that one. Okay. No, but my favorite one it has to be Die Hard with the Vengeance with Samuel Jackson.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That one's really good.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, did you know that they were supposed to be doing a prequel film called McClane?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it in about 15 seconds. Our ad is really, really short. It's from Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. Check them out.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. For all of your cultivation needs, Grow Generation has the right products, service and staff to make your grow successful. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Thank you guys very much for sponsoring the show. Let's show everyone what's happened. Oh, McClane's not happening. it got canceled. It was supposed to be a prequel. It's officially dead. Screen Rant is reporting late last night, I guess, or no, early yesterday morning, whenever. 22 hours ago. I can't tell time. I'm happy about this. Die Hard's one of those things that I absolutely love. I watch it all the time. I love the argument of whether or not Die Hard's a Christmas movie, which it's not. Don't at me. No, you can at me. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. At that Kyle Malone. No, it's cool. I love this series, but after a good day to Die Hard, it was like no. Bruce Willis is good and done with that. I liked Red 2 were cool. Let him go do other things. I'm just waiting on the inevitable reboot that is 1,000% different than everything we saw in the first one in the original. And Disney has it because it's a Fox or former Fox, now 20th Century Studios property. What do you think, man? 3 years, 4 years before the Die Hard reboot?
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is one of the properties I don't think we'll see a reboot for a while.
I hope not, but I honestly think we will. I think this canceling the prequel is specifically to reboot. I'm staking my claim.
I don't think so. I just think they thought it was a stupid idea, which it was, and so. They're like, we have so many other things we can work with right now. This is not one of them. And I
hope
think
so.
I hope somebody's smart enough over there. The worst thing that can happen, and I see it happening more quicker than a reboot, is they do a series. Die Hard, the series, because they've been trying that a lot with a lot of shows and failing miserably.
Lethal Weapon being one of them that popped to mind when you said series, because they did try to work on a series before, but we'll see. If they do a series, I don't necessarily think it. The thing about Die Hard is it's a tight situation, and it's one event that's of course got multiple sub but it's not like you would have to do it like 24, but then it would be like 24 and not like Die Hard. Like I don't want to see John McClane for more than 1 or 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to spend a week, a month, 2 months of story time, and I don't mean like episode watches. I just don't want to spend a week in the life of John McClane, because that just doesn't fit Die Hard. It's all about that shit hitting the fan. You got to save the day and carry on from there. And I just don't know if that translates to a series? How would you
No,
do it?
I don't think it would,
Oh,
and that's the
okay,
reason
cool.
why I don't think it Lethal Weapon did good either, or even the Bad Boys one that they tried with Jessica Alba. The thing is with those films, it's about the pacing, it's about the action sequences and leading to it, and the payoff, right there in the moment. That's why the films work really well. It's they're entertaining, fun. But if you got to wait a week and then wait a week, wait a week, I think it fizzles out.
It does. It does. That sucks. Well, I'm glad that this prequel has been canceled. Hopefully they leave it alone. Jammer was always one of those that was he's former editor-in-chief of LRMonline.com. Check us out every day for all your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. And also used to be the other co-host for what the show used to be called, LR Mornings. He was always one of those that's like, remake, reboot, reimagine anything and everything, because it could always be good. And even if it's not, you still have the originals. I don't necessarily always agree though. And it's not necessarily like a sacred cow thing. It's just, it waters down the content. You know what I'm saying? And not just necessarily the source material, but it waters down the whole genre. It waters down film. It waters down entertainment, because it's the same stuff again. And there's no innovation. There's no moving forward. And even sometimes when they do try to innovate or move forward, they do it in a way that alienates the source material fans. Not all the time, but often. And that just leaves the franchise divided. The studio trying to count whatever money it made off of merchandise or ticket sales from a cash grab. I don't like that stuff, man. And things like Back to the Future, Die Hard, Ghostbusters. I'm saying it like I got gun in my head. I swear, I wish that they would not make anything else other than maybe a new cartoon and sequel video game. But it feels like things get watered down with all the remakes, simply from the lack of having to put forward a new idea or new effort. I don't know, man. What do you think? Am I crazy?
You're talking about Star Wars?
I'm talking about all of it.
Yeah, no,
I know.
I agree, man. I agree and disagree with you, because I think that certain franchises do need a new vision, a new direction for a new audience. And
does it need to be a reboot or a sequel at that point?
No, at that I think sometimes a reboot is necessary, because you're not going to do a sequel to, like, for example, the Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles needs a new audience, needs to adapt for a new audience, so you make a new version of the Ninja Turtles. A perfect example of this. Yeah, no, it does not fit. Like the ones that we enjoyed in the 90s, maybe it probably does not fit with the kids in this generation. And that's fine.
Changing from being obsessed with just pizza to being obsessed with pizza and cell phones, maybe. But the idea of 4 teenagers having to be superheroes is that's all comic books is. So
it is, but the thing is, the way that's approached is very, very different. Because teenagers are very, very different. They're growing up with very different circumstances that we did. While at the core, some of the problems are the same. The way that they come about is very different. We had a different kind of bullying. We had a different kind of school system. We had different standards on what we were accountable for, and so that has to reflect in the media that they watch. Which is what, like, for example, perfect example is we grew up with the fantastic version of the Teen Titans, and then for the next generation, like my daughter, she actually got to enjoy Teen Titans Go, which she loved.
Lucas loved. My son loves that.
And so but it's just the style of cartoon that's popular. Look at the type of cartoons that Nickelodeon makes now versus the ones that they made when we were growing up. They're a little bit more story driven, I would say, because if you look at like Batman the animated series, if you look at X-Men, then if you look at a lot of those shows, then they're very story driven, and sometimes they took a couple of episodes to get to the point, but we were there for it.
Yeah.
The episodes now, the series, they almost have to break the fourth wall, talk to the kids, and also wrap it up necessarily in one, maybe two shows at max, because you don't have their attention as long, because there's so many other things out there. So that's why it just has to evolve, man. It's just time, and it's just the way things are, and it's okay. It's if we want to go back and watch the classics, we always have those.
Yeah, like I said, I get that mentality, but like I said, I just worry about the broader effect it has on entertainment. It's kind of like when you and I have often discussed about race and gender swapping in film and TV, geek culture, whatever. We often say this time doesn't matter. This time, I don't care for it, but it's not that big of a deal. This time it doesn't make sense. I didn't care for, we are not just like set in one way. Everything's what's the word I'm looking for? Perception. That's not the word. Everything's relative to your experience. So like I get that aspect of it, but it's that fear of, if you continue to allow Hollywood to take the easy way out by just changing the color or gender of a character, they're never going to bother with all of the great non, white male characters that exist out there. There's more than Black Panther and Shang-Chi and in the Marvel universe. And I don't know, man. When you allow so many reboots and reimaginings to continuously happen, it just doesn't allow for any new story. It doesn't allow new creators out there that have poured their heart and souls into a John McClane like character that's not John McClane, but is a Hispanic female, a gay Black man, whatever. This action movie, they're putting a screwed up situation. Shit hits the fan. They got to kill a bunch of people. You could do that, but if you just change John McClane to Joan McClane, did you really accomplish anything? Did you really show any diversity? Did you really bring society forward any? Or did you just ignore a whole slew of great characters that are already in books, comics, maybe even indie films that could be brought over to a more mainstream audience? That's my biggest fear with it. Not all of them, just it's another layer of that easy way out Hollywood likes to take.
Well, I mean, if it's good enough, it's going to do fine. I mean, look at John Wick. That was able to find an audience and then get a sequel and then do it again, and we're going to do it again.
And another and a spinoff, and then inspire the Gunpowder Milkshake movie with Karen Gillan.
So I mean, it's still possible to do it, man. It's just, but I do agree with you that sometimes if it's an unknown entity, it does make it harder to move in and do something original. And everyone's just looking for that next Marvel DC movie, right? And not necessarily give an opportunity to a well done movie that's supposed to stand on its own. But it does. They do well. They find their audiences, I think. In horror, we saw how The Conjuring really was able to step up and make its own franchise, and there's perfect examples of that all the way around. That speaking of that does and the thing is, it's some of the people making these reboots and things like that were fans of the original stuff product, and now have the opportunity to put their own spin on it. And I think that's great. That's what Kevin Smith did with Masters of the Universe, and that's what James Gunn wanted to do with.
Done yet.
No, yeah. So all these people are they grew up with these properties, and now they want to put their touch on it, which I can also respect. Yeah. I get it, man. I know it's different, but times change, and so do I mean, people have grown up, and now they want to put their own spin on some of their favorite properties.
Yeah, and the last part, I guess my final thought on that aspect of it is something you and I have also brought up a lot before, and that's when you're coming into a franchise as a new creator on it, a new creative, a new contributor, whatever the case may be, are you eliminating something for retribution? Are you changing things to make let me start over on this again. Escapism. That's something that you and I both love and talk about, has been disappearing as people continue to take everything that they possibly can and put contemporary commentary on it, in it, around it, from sports to comic books. And you and I know there's plenty of properties that are great for contemporary political, social commentary. And then there's lots of properties that don't fit that. The problem is too many people, like I said, coming in, seeming, not saying they are, seeming vindictive, seeming like neo gatekeepers, and that elimination of escapism is dangerous, man. People are on edge. People are stressed. The country, the United States, is facing some tough times like the rest of the world. If you don't have a place to go to get away from all of the real life bullshit, how are you supposed to decompress? So I'm going to ask everyone out there, please leave something for fantasy and imagination and escapism. Leave something where you can go to a more perfect world where the worst thing is a pure evil, an embodiment of just wrong, not various layered, good old fashioned good versus evil, light side versus dark side, a new hope, empire, and return, good guys versus bad guys, Die Hard, good guys versus bad guys. Just we do need, and not necessarily good guys versus bad guys. You could have some real, I'm just saying, keep it simple. We need some places to go again, people. I don't know where to go anymore, Manny. Like, even some of this stuff feels like I can enjoy it, but even then it can sometimes feel like work. And it's double work when I'm having to pick through, trying to figure out what is an actual story element, what is somebody's personal politics coming into it because of things that they said during PR and marketing. It gets it wears on me, man. It wears on me. I miss being able to just turn my brain off and escape. And anime is about the only place I can do that now.
Well, I mean, it sucks when you have Marvel making villains that are more popular than the heroes. They're making them more sympathetic because you understand their cause. So yeah, you're missing that. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a perfect example of that, where it's like, all right, are we supposed to not like the villain? Are we supposed to like the villain? Mm-hmm. Wait, who's the actual villain here? In just a general sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agreed. Let's get back to just regular old bad guys that the heroes need to stop.
Simple.
It's quite
world
simple.
Domination, genocide, biological warfare. Like, keep it simple. The kiss method. You said something brilliant right there. The idea of villains being used constantly to become anti-heroes, to lighten them up, give them some levity, to make them appealing to sell toys. Not a problem. I'm a greedy capitalist pig. I love money. If you want to send me some money, please DM me on Twitter. I will give you an ability to send me some money. But I don't. I just. I don't know, man. There's better ways to go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. That's what I'm gonna leave it with. There's better ways to go about it. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Last thing I want to touch on before we go away, and it's simply just because it's interesting that they would even talk about this at a time when no one I know can even get their hands on one of these damn things, and that is the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox selling 10 million units since releasing last November.
They'd probably sell more if they had them.
I don't consider them having sold one, considering the majority were bought by bots and then auctioned off at ridiculous prices. But I will say that this things are gonna get better. Sony already came out and said they expect shortage issues to go through this year and into 2022. But that things will start getting better towards the end of the year. You're going to start seeing the scalpers. They're already starting to come down in some countries, but it's going to take time. 10 million units is a big deal, but dude, it just kind of feels like not the right time to necessarily talk about your sales numbers when the majority of people are having to fight Russian and Chinese bots to even get a chance to purchase a reasonably priced Xbox or PS5. What do you think?
I mean, as long as they're getting their money, what do they really care?
Well, yeah, but
it sucks, man. It's really dumb. I'd hope they're able to crack down more on that, because people deserve to have their damn console. I know how important it is in everybody's household. My daughter and I play video games. I play video game with the boys, and it's another form of escapism that is not a necessity, but it's a great form of relaxation and escapism, like I was talking. So I think people would prefer to hear more about what they're doing to stop scalpers rather than we sold this many. It's like, we know, but you sold them all to bots.
Here's the thing when it comes to the scalpers. There's only two ways three ways to attack it. One is you wait it out. Supply eventually. Everyone that wants, everyone that can and is willing to pay scalper prices does. Scalpers stop selling them at such high prices, they start to drop. Supply catches up. That's normally what happens. Way number two, don't buy it from scalpers. They'll have to drop their prices. Well, unfortunately, you got people with enough money that they're just like, I don't care. It's $1,000. I can do it. I spent $1,000 on X, Y, and Z 2 minutes ago because I can. I'm not angry at you. I'm jealous, but not angry at you. I wish I could be like that. And then the third way is actually something that can be done immediately. Doesn't require any government intervention. Legitimately. Amazon, Target, Walmart, eBay do not allow a PlayStation 5 or Xbox to be sold for more than X amount over. Just don't. Shut down every single sale. Yep, you're going to lose out on some money. You're going to piss off some Russians and some Chinese, maybe some Koreans, maybe some Canadians, maybe even some Americans. I don't give a fuck. I want real gamers to get their hands. I want real gaming Russians, real gaming Americans, real gaming Koreans and Chinese and Japanese and Mexicans and everyone. I want the people that love these games, these systems, have been trying to get them for their kids. And all the websites have to do is moderate their site. That's in their freaking job description, to moderate their site. Don't need the government. Don't even need to get people to actually give a damn and en masse and not buy from the scalpers. All Amazon and Walmart and eBay have to do is moderate. Problem solved. If the scalpers can't sell online, there's only going to be a limited local market.
I will say, though, right now in the United States, and I can't really talk for the rest of the world, there is an issue with a lot of companies, places not have enough employees just to do the regular stuff, let alone, being able to do something like moderate sales for a specific item. So
Well,
there's that.
Maybe, but come on now. Amazon has the one jobs that they're not going to let go by the wayside are going to be like their webmasters and things like that. The tech side, man, those jobs can be done from home, and you got all the people in the world that are like, oh, I don't want to go to work in an office anymore. Whatever, to each their own. But that one, maybe for some sites, but not all. Like Craigslist has a very, 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 very small staff. That's why the website looks so boring. You're not probably going to be able to stop that. You're not going to be able to stop people selling stuff on Facebook forums as much. But those big stores like eBay and Amazon that are online shopping, I honestly think the ball is in their court, and they could be doing more. I'm not saying that they could or even should. I'm just saying they are capable of doing more. Yeah, that's about it, man. What do you think? Good show today? I think it was a good show.
It was all right.
I managed to not lose it, and we were this close to going down another Sony sidebar.
And I was like, you were that close. Don't bring me into
I drag you down
with me into your Sony despair.
I drag you down with
let's leave it on a positive note, man.
Yes.
We are 2 weeks away from the premiere of the final season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes, I'm stoked about that.
So excited. I'm sad and excited at the same time.
Yeah, Christine is currently writing for LRMonline.com right now about the Clue game board version, or the Brooklyn Nine-Nine Clue version, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine version of Clue. There, I can talk. I promise.
He can talk.
I can. I'm so sad that it's only going to be such a short series, but I do love it's what, September 2nd or 3rd? Something like that. It's like early September, isn't it?
No, we're 2 weeks, bro.
It's August?
You're talking about Clue? Yeah, I think so.
I
just saw an ad for it that said it was 2 weeks away.
I thought it was September. Yeah, August 12th. Some bitch.
Yeah.
There you go.
Somebody's a fan.
Yeah. Well, I don't have cable anymore, so it doesn't come on. No, it's on NBC. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not on cable. Jesus, Kyle.
I'm brain damaged. Anyways,
don't start using that as an excuse.
I use it as an excuse for everything. No, LRMonline.com every day. All of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions, guys. We are churning out as much information to you as we can. We are not a scoop site. We're like in between that blog and trade realm. We're like a Screen Rant and a Coming Soon, but we're better because we are. Because they got me and I guess Manny and my wife. Anyways, so check us out.
Everyone else that works really hard on the site.
Gig is great. Nancy is great. Nick is great. Jones
Shocky
is great. Jammer, terrible person, but great for the site. We love everyone here. We have a lot of fun here, and we're always looking for more contributors. So if you've ever thought about writing, drop us a line. All of our emails are at the bottom of our articles. You could go click on Meet the Team, click on our names, email us. Very easy to do. And then read the articles. Like I said, we're not a scoop site, but when we get them, like we did the Thrawn and Ezra news last week, we verify and get it out to you guys, and we try not to ruin any stories. In addition to that, we have a lot of great interviews going up. Like I said, we had Matt Damon on yesterday with Nancy, Winston Duke, and Zazie Beetz. That's right. I just dropped his name in Black Panther. In the comics, it was Manape. Of course, they didn't use that in here for obvious reasons. Marvel was tone deaf like every other human being at some point in history. What's the character's name? M'Baku. There we go.
I was like, M'Baku?
Thank you. M'Baku and Domino. Right? Yeah, Domino. She played Domino in Deadpool 2. That's cool, guys. You guys, come on now. Also, the Daily Cup of Genre, 5 times a week. Breaking Geek Radio, the Cantina, Marvel Multiverse Mayhem, the Animeversal Reviews, Animeversal Midnight Run. So many great things going on, guys. And of course, follow us on Twitter. Check us out. That's mine. You can follow me if you want. I'm at that Kyle Malone on Twitter. I thought I had the LRM one up, but that's at LRM_exclusive. And of course, we have all of our amazing podcasts available wherever you get those from. Spotify, Google, Apple. We're there, guys. Manny, do you have anything you want to plug in specific?
I'm gonna have a Suicide Squad written review up tonight. And then also I'll have a variety of interviews coming up shortly for the new shorts from Disney Plus, Spark Shorts. I have the directors and the producer for that entire series. Not to mention, I'll be watching What If tonight. So I'll have a little bit of a reaction as soon as I can talk about it. So yeah, quite a bit actually. And then keep your ears peeled and stay tuned. Find out how to win tickets to go watch Free Guy. This August.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening today. We will be back tomorrow. And yeah, we'll talk to you then. Bye.